Just when I thought Jalen Brunson was gaining the respect from the media, I was let down. All of that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel from Knicks Digest again, and let's get right into today's video. So earlier today on NBA.com, we had an MVP ladder article talking about the players and the ranking of who's in the MVP conversation. As you can see here, it's by Michael C. Wright, and let's get right into the list. So we're actually going to start going from 5 going to 1. So you take a look here, obviously 5, Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics. It says Luka and Giannis Antetokounmpo are tied for 3rd, but I guess Luka is 4th. So Luka is 4th, Giannis is 3rd. And if you take a look at the numbers, Jason Tatum at the number 5th spot, averaging 27.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, 4.9, which is basically 5 assists. Luka, 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 9.8 assists, which is 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo is 30.7, 11.2 rebounds, 6.4 assists. Luka, in my opinion, isn't overrated, but in my opinion, I don't think that he should be talked about the way he's talked about throughout the media. Everybody in the media is saying that Luka is basically the savior. He's going to be the next person to catch LeBron James 40,000 points. He's the best guard in the league. And I'm over here like, what has he proven? What has he shown us? Yeah, he went to the Western Conference Finals one time where he got pretty much mollywopped by Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors, losing in 5. And the reason why they got to the Western Conference Finals, you can make an argument that it was really Phoenix Suns losing that series more than Dallas Mavericks won. But this is not a Luka YouTube channel. This is a Knick YouTube channel. So let's get on with the list. Now, the top 2, we got SGA averaging 31 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. And at number 1, to nobody's surprise, we got the Joker, Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, averaging 26 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 9 assists. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm not mad with the top 2, not at all. When this article came out, I definitely understood why Jalen Brunson was not in the top 5. I was not mad at it. The top 5, I'm cool with, specifically the top 2, SGA and Nikola Jokic. They're one of my favorite players right now in the league, especially SGA. I really like to see how his game has grown. I really like to see how he's added the 3-point, added the mid-range, added the post-game, added more better ball handling. Like, his game has really grown, and SGA is really maximizing his potential right now. But after I saw this article, my mind went to, okay, Jalen Brunson is definitely in the top 10, right? Jalen Brunson has to be the top 10. So let's take a look at the next 5. The next 5, starting from 10, we got Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves, Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, Kawhi Leonard from the LA Clippers, and Domantas Sabonis from the Sacramento Kings. So that means Jalen Brunson is not even in the top 10 conversation for being an MVP candidate. Is it just me, or is that kind of weird? So where did Jalen Brunson actually land as far as the MVP conversation in this article? Let's take a look. Jalen Brunson landed on the and 5 more. Jalen Brunson, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, Tyrese Halliburton, and LeBron James. Now, in my opinion, Jalen Brunson landing in the last 5 of basically this 15-player MVP conversation race is ridiculous. Jalen Brunson, at minimum, should be top 10. Jalen Brunson for the season averaging 27.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, shooting 47.8 from the field, 39.9, which is 40% from three-point land, 84% from the free throw. And we all have to remember and keep this into consideration. He is doing this without meaningful bodies. He is not doing this with a Julius Randle by his side. He is not doing this with OG Anunoby by his side. He is not doing this with Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is not really an offensive player. He gets most of his points off of rebounds, off of alley-oops, pretty much off of scrap plays. But still, you're missing 3 key ingredients of your starting 5, and Jalen Brunson is not even in the top 10 of MVP conversation. I don't know how I feel about that. So after reading this article, my mind kind of drifted towards, I wonder how Jalen Brunson has done going up against SGA. Again, the top 2, SGA and Jokic, I'm not really mad at. But I just wondered the competition level, and I wondered how did Jalen Brunson match up with SGA. So I took a look into the stats. So Brunson against SGA, they only played each other 1 game so far this season, but he had 24 points, he had 7 assists, and he had 4 rebounds in that 1 game. Shooting 9 of 19 from the field, which is 47.5%. So those numbers for Jalen Brunson going up against SGA, not too shabby. But of course, I like to look at myself as a realist. So if I'm looking at Jalen Brunson's numbers towards SGA, it's only fair that I do the same for SGA. So SGA going up against Brunson in that only game that they played, he had 36 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he was 13 of 23 from the field, which is 56.5%. From three-point, he was 2 of 5, which is 40%. So SGA, I guess you can say that he had the better game against Jalen Brunson. But what I'm looking more towards is how did Jalen Brunson carry himself against the better players, against the better guards in the league? And SGA right now, you can make an argument that he is the best point guard in the league. He's absolutely top 3. And I feel like Jalen Brunson, whenever the competition level is raised, whenever he's going up against an SGA, a Luka, a Dame, a Donovan Mitchell, whenever he's going up against these guards that he knows people are going to compare the two, and then people are going to look into the stats and see how they played, I feel like he always rises up to the occasion. And again, Jalen Brunson, he has a season under his belt where he was the guy leading his team into the playoffs and then past the first round in the playoffs. This is going to be SGA's first season as being the number one option, as being the guy on the team. And we're going to see how he handles the pressure. We're going to see how he handles all the defensive schemes that are being drawn up for him. Because in the playoffs, it's totally different than the regular season. You're not hopping from one game, from one place to another. You have at maximum 7 games to hone in on one team. You are going to learn that team's behaviors. You're going to learn that team's plays. You're going to learn that team's everything like the back of your hand. So the opposing team that's going to be going up against the OKC Thunder in the first round, they're really going to do their homework and they're going to do their scouting report on SGA into how he likes to attack the basket, how many dribbles does he take until he takes a step back 3 or a step back mid-range shot, how many dribbles does he take in the post up. So I'm really interested to see how SGA adapts to all this. And I mean, we kind of know how Jalen Brunson handled it. I mean, he got us past Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games where a lot of Knicks fans, we had winning in 6 or 7. But to everybody's surprise, he put the team on his back. Randall injured his ankle really bad, which later we went to find out that he actually had to have surgery on it. So Jalen Brunson put the team on his back, led us past the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were favored in that series. And then he took us to 6 games against Miami Heat, where I believe he had a 40-point game. So we have a feel for Jalen Brunson, and when the lights are at the brightest, how is he going to respond? And SGA, we don't know yet, and this is going to be the first season where we find that out. But Jalen Brunson not being top 10 in consideration for MVP in this article is absolutely, like my man Stephen A. Smith says, blasphemy. It is absolutely ridiculous. At minimum, he should be from the 6 to 10 range. He absolutely should not be in the last 5 of the top 15 players in this article. But guys, that's it for today's video. I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this article was right in putting Jalen Brunson where he was? Or do you think this article actually got it 100% wrong and he should at minimum, be in top 10 conversation for MVP? But thank you for checking out this video. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, you guys always know the drill. You guys always know the vibes. Taj Gibson for president, even though he's on the Detroit Pistons. Jalen Brunson for all the MVPs. Playoffs are right around the corner. It's one of, if not the best time of year. And we out, baby. Peace.